Yo, what is up guys, I'm back, got another review for you. This time we have the 87 flashback Ronaldo that's come out. Now, I actually originally wasn't going to do this card, but I just decided to do him anyway, because I was thinking I've got the Dybala link, and it is Ronaldo at the end of the day, and people have been saying good things about him, so I ended up doing him, that's why he's a little bit late. But, let's get into his stats then. So, he's 6'2", high-low still, 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot this time. He's got 91 pace, 79 shooting, 75 passing, 86 dribbling, and 72 physical. So, on paper, it looks like a decent card, but I'll speak more about that after. Also, thank you very much for the support recently. It's been amazing. I hit 1.5k views on my Messi review. Got quite a few subs in this month, so I'm so grateful, so thank you all so much. But enjoy the clips. I'll speak to you after. Peace.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear, like an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running.
So with Ronaldo in the end, I ended up going in 17 games in FUT Champs, 30 goals and 8 assists at striker. People were saying he felt like normal Ronaldo, and I was like, I'm not sure, I'm going to try him for myself. And he genuinely does just feel like normal Ronaldo. It's actually really nice. But first for positives, I'm going to kick off with the 5-star skills. Normally, honestly, this is always a positive. Like 5-star skills, there's nothing really you could go wrong with it. It's beautiful. You can do elasticos, anything you want, you can do it. Next up, I'm going to the pace. Now, even though I put a Hunter on him, I think his pace is good enough. I just thought the Hunter as well would make him really fast, and which it did. He would actually manage to outpace people like Varane quite easily, and it was actually surprising to me because like Varane's known as like the top tier centre back. So yeah, he outpaced him, and I do recommend like probably a finisher, maybe a Hunter, because Hunter's actually really good on him, something like that. But yeah, his pace really good. Next up, I'm actually going to go with his finishing. Now, his finishing stat was actually a lie for me. It actually was a lot better than what it says. For some reason, he just like scored on both feet really easy. This is why I'm not going to put the left foot in the positives or negatives. I think it's neutral. It's good sometimes, but also a little bit bad sometimes. But it's not enough to put in the negatives. So his left foot was actually okay, to be fair. But his finishing on either foot was actually quite good, so I'm going to put it as a positive. It should be a lot higher than that. It feels like at least 87 odd, so yeah, that is a positive for him. Next up, I'm going to go with the long shots. Now, surprisingly, this again felt higher than it actually was, because for me, I don't know why, I just like taking long shots with like high tier players like Ronaldo and Messi and that, and sometimes I'll pop one off, and he actually scored a really nice one, as you've seen in the clip, so I was actually surprised by that. It should be a little bit higher, that stat, because it actually is a lot better than what it says. Next up, I'm going to go with the outside the foot shot trait. Now, this is a personal favourite of mine. I really like the outside the foot shot trait. You can hit on either side the foot, finesse, anything you want. Like, it's really nice to have outside the foot shot trait. Next up, I'm going to go with this curve. Now, his curve was really nice, especially to like with the finishing. It would like really nicely just tuck into the corner when you want to finesse it or something like that. It's really nice on either foot as well. So that is that you can be confident on his left foot finessing it across goal. It still will go in. It's weird. Next up is agility. Now, this is what I put as a negative normally for Ronaldo, but I'm actually reversing it this time. It's actually a positive for him. It actually feels really smooth on the ball, especially with the 5-star skills and 90 agility, because it's boosted from his normal card. It actually felt a little bit better than what it was on his normal, as it is a little bit better obviously, but it did feel actually like better stats in game, so twist and turn faster, he'd be more smooth on the ball, stuff like that. Next up, I'm going to go with the jumping. Now, the jumping on him, really good, 89 jumping, although it's not as good as his normal card, because the head and accuracy is also up there, but it's just a jumping this time. Still really good if you want to stick the ball in the air to him and he'll nod it down to another player or something like that. He ended up scoring a header goal for me in the end, but it was a very easy one, so it didn't really matter. But the jumping is there. Oh, one thing I will say though, I just remembered, when you have to do the tactic for him, you have to put a lot of players in the box for corners, because for some reason he will not like actually go into the box. The game will not put him in there. It'll put him as one of the 3 sitting back, so you gotta have like less than 3 players back if you want him in the box, which is a little bit risky sometimes, so I don't know if I recommend that. Last but not least, I'm going to go with his stamina. Now, the stamina for Ronaldo, perfectly good enough for a striker. If you want to play him wide, I still feel like that's going to last you the 90 minutes. Cam, probably not, and I don't recommend you playing him Cam. But for like wide and striker, very good. The stamina will last you all 90 minutes and some of extra time if you need. But that's all for positives. Now let's get on to the negatives. So on to negatives for this card. Even though the stats some are a little bit low, like the attack position and stuff like that, I still don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was amazing, so I'm just going to leave it as a neutral. But first for negatives, I'm going to go with the shot power. This for me, I don't actually think it's good enough. Like it's not higher than what it says. It is around 87 with the Hunter. You could boost it with other chem styles, but I went for the Hunter, and the 87 isn't really good enough, so that is going to have to go down to negative, unfortunately. Next up for me is his passing, just general passing. I'm not even like branch it out. It's passing, except for obviously the curve. It's not very good. Like the vision, the short pass, the long pass, all of them just a little bit useless. He's not really a passer, Ronaldo, is he? He's just more like running, skill, shoot. Like that's normally Ronaldo. But you know, if you want to do like 1-2s with him, he may like put a few passes wayward. So just expect that with him. Next up, I'm going to go with balance. Now, of course, him being tall, 79 balance is probably like expected of the card, but it was still a little bit annoying. As you see in one of the clips, he actually like got put off by Varane because of the balance, and then he would end up missing the shot because of it. And that'll lead me perfectly onto my next point, his composure as well. Sometimes let him down a little bit, even though the finishing was really good, the composure did let him down a few times. But I'm actually going to go back to one as well, the ball control as well, a little bit of a negative. It did feel a bit loose sometimes, not control it very well, be a bit of like a heavy touch or something like that. So that is another negative for me. Last two, his heading accuracy wasn't the best. Like, I didn't really have many headed opportunities with him, but he did miss like one or two that I did have with him. He did score one, but that was a very easy chance, so like I'm not really gonna go, oh yeah, his heading's amazing because of that chance. Nah, it was a little bit iffy sometimes, but he will still score some if you may need him to. Last for me is his strength. Now you can tell if you've used normal Ronaldo and this Ronaldo, you can definitely tell his strength is a lot worse on this card. That's what makes Ronaldo on his other card, his strength is like good enough to hold off quite a lot of players. It's like 78 or something like that. It's in the 70s. This 69, it's not very good. He will get out strength by a lot of players, especially in 6'2". It'll be a bit of a Bambi, but it still will be okay. Like, as long as you don't like get too close like a Varane and that, trying to go shoulder to shoulder, it should be alright. But that's all for the negatives. I was going to end it there, but I'm actually going to say, like, I've put a lot of negatives there, but I don't actually think there's like that many underlying issues with the card. He's a very, very good card overall. It's just there's a few stats here and there that may put you off him. But there is a lot that will like say, oh yeah, go for this card for 300k. But I'll speak more about that in a second. So overall for Ronaldo, I think he's a very, very good card. I actually didn't think at the start it would be worth the 300k. But if you're going to say like, oh yeah, he's like normal Ronaldo in game, then yes, he is worth the 300k. If you've got like Dybala to link to your Cuadrado, absolutely, or even an Icon, absolutely amazing card for the price. So I highly recommend you pick him up. So overall, I'm going to give him a 9.3 score. I do recommend you getting him. He mostly is really good overall. Sometimes he'll miss a few chances, but generally a really good card. I've got no more to say, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.